So hello guys. Hello guys. Good afternoon. I hope I'm audible.
You're
Okay,
audible.
okay. Great. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Positivity is back. Positivity is back here again. With today with another webinar. Is my voice resounding? Is my voice resounding?
Yes. Yes.
एक second. Is my voice still resounding? Is my voice sounding?
Can you say it again? I want to check.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Am I audible clearly?
Yes, it's echoing again.
I think Annapurna is not able to hear me yet.
Yeah, that too, and your voice is echoing.
Wait, let me stop sharing my screen. Something is not working.
दीप्ति योर फोन इज ऑन अनम्यूट. फोन को म्यूट पे करिए.
Yeah.
And या फिर आप लैपटॉप को अनम्यूट पे करके फोन से आप बात कर सकते हो.
My laptop is on mute. अच्छा अब हाँ
Now it is perfect.
Now it is perfect.
ठीक है. ग्रेट. अन्नपूर्णा मैम, आपको आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ हाँ, आ रही है अभी.
ओके फिर अब हम स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. रियली सॉरी अबाउट दैट. ओके guys. So welcome back. Positivity is back here today with another webinar on toxic positivity. हमने पहले बहुत सारे वेबिनार्स किए थे PCOS के ऊपर भी और डिप्रेशन के ऊपर, और we also did a webinar on neurodiversity, the latest one. And today we are again having with us Miss Annapurna Thakuria. She has been a panelist with us पहले भी alcoholism पे, substance abuse पे. She actually works with the panel with the government. So she was the best choice for that. And I think even for this topic, she is going to do brilliantly well with us, and we're going to get great insights. So we should start, right? Okay. So first of all, welcome to everyone to be a part of this webinar. I thank you all for your time. And positivity के बारे में जैसे मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया है, positivity is an online mental health platform that connects all the therapists who can provide services to the clients who are in need of those services. Different types of therapies, like ma'am herself, she is well versed with the I think more than 12 different types of psychotherapies. So we have really good trained and licensed psychologists onboarded with us, and our services are available for everyone to take advantage of. So today we are going to talk about toxic positivity, the social requirement, the peer pressure that we face from everyone to be positive even when we do not feel that way. That is what we're going to talk about. This narrative is very widespread, especially due to social media. ये idea बहुत ज़्यादा फैला हुआ है. So आज हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. To give you guys a brief about positivity, my colleague Mehak is going to be here, and she's going to talk a little bit. So Mehak, please take over.
Yeah, sure. So hi everyone. I'm Mehak, and I'm working with Positivity from more than 1 year now as business development executive. So I'll walk through you all through the Positivity services. Positivity, we are Singapore headquartered organization striving to improve the awareness and acceptance of mental health disorders. We are supporting a collaborative effort to remove the stigma around mental health, both at home and at work. We provide a bridge between therapist and user to communicate in a secure and safe manner, anytime, anywhere. Can you move the slide, Dipti?
Yes, I have. It's just going to switch due to network.
Okay. So these are our key capabilities of Positivity 360. 24/7 online therapy, secure and confidential counseling session available anytime, anywhere. Flexible scheduling, clients can book and reschedule therapy session effortlessly. Diverse therapy selection, client can choose therapists based on gender, experience, specialization, and language. Mental health awareness to programs, webinars, training session, and mental health ambassador to enhance mental health awareness. Enterprise level support, a dedicated helpline and chat support for employees. In-person therapy option, walk-in office therapy session and home therapy for employees in severe distress. Helpline 24/7 call in support for immediate mental health assistance. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mehak, for walking us through Positivity 360, the different services that Positivity provides. Now, I'm going to give away a few housekeeping tips that we're going to follow while we are in the webinar. In case anybody wants to speak or ask a question, they can use their raise a hand feature that is there. The button is right there. So in case you want to ask a question, you can use that button. In case you want to ask a question, you can simply text your questions into the chat box. Your questions will directly reach us, the panelists and the host. And we will have a few polls here and there between the webinar session. You're supposed to answer to them. This webinar is going to be recorded and this has to be brought into your notice. And other than that, just sit back and relax while we discuss the topic, break it down, and help you out with new insights. Okay, so again, a very hearty welcome to Annapurna ma'am. Welcome back once again. We're really glad to have you back here. I would like you to introduce yourself again, since we have a few more attendees who might not be aware of you. So ma'am, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello everyone, my name is Annapurna. I'm currently a counseling psychologist, a psychotherapist, and a graphologist. I am working as a psychologist under State Anti-Drugs and Prohibition Council, and I also give private sessions. Yes, I am experienced, I think 3 years now, and my expertise are in relationships, stress, anxiety, and career guidance and self-esteem, goal setting, etc. It's an honor to be here again. Thank you so much for inviting me here to be as a panelist, and so excited for this session.
Great. So am I, ma'am. I was really looking forward to this session. It's great to see you again and to get to discuss such a really interesting topic with you. So let's move through today's agenda, the different topics that we're going to cover today. So first of all, we're going to try to understand what toxic positivity means, what it entails, what all different definitions come under the term toxic positivity. Then we are going to try to understand what are the different common phrases and different common wordings and statements that people make that are accounted under toxic positivity and how they impact people. Then we are going to understand how we can practice emotional honesty in our words, in our language, in how we speak. And then we're going to have a Q&A session. Of course, you are free to ask your questions in the middle of the webinar as well. I'll take them up as we go. So let's begin with the toxic positivity. So I would like to understand it from you, ma'am. What does the term toxic positivity mean? I am pretty sure that people are aware of it due to social media, but from a psychologist's point of view, what does it mean, toxic positivity? What does it stand for?
See, toxic positivity is simply, the pressure that humans, feel nowadays to remain positive. But this is increasing more because of social media, where everybody seems so happy, so positive, and so there is this unknown pressure that is around us to be positive, to no matter how hard the situation gets, look at the bright side. So it's very different from what positivity is. So positivity, like the entire term of optimism, is something where we talk about validating your real emotions, no matter if they are positive or negative. So positive is just an umbrella term, and under that comes the different kinds of emotions, joy, sadness, shame, guilt, everything. But when you're saying toxic positivity, it means to see the good side and just ignoring the emotions that are not positive, or you would say they're not happy. So this toxic positivity, even though I just said that it's due to social media, it has come to relevance and people now wants to be positive and all. But Dipti, I would just say that toxic positivity is actually conditioned into us from a very beginning, from the start of life, I would say. Now I'll give you a very common example. Imagine when we see a crying baby. Imagine we see a crying baby who's crying nonstop. What's the first thing that you hear its mother or maybe any family member who's trying to lift the baby? They would say, "Acha bacha nahi rote." Okay, and they would say, "Don't cry, don't cry." Okay, shh, don't cry. See how we have put toxic positivity to a baby here. So see, I'm saying, I just said it's from the start of life. It started there. Here, as a baby, we're saying to the, I mean, we have said the baby not to cry, to that's how we have invalidated his real emotion. Like, and then the baby would grow up into a child. Okay, it's a kid, like maybe that child who's like 5-6 years playing, and then they would get hurt. They would like bruise their knees and things, and then teachers or friends will like, "It's okay, don't cry. We have put Dettol here. Don't cry." Let That's how we are trying. We have forced, or we have painted toxic positivity into ourselves. And coming from that environment in today's world, where you try to be positive, and I think in the start of the session you asked me, "How are you, ma'am?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm great." To be honest, I'm really great today. I feel great. But imagine if I didn't know you before and somebody would ask me, "How are you, ma'am?" I would also have this, pressure to say, "I'm fine," or "I'm doing well. How about you?" I think that's how we all do. How am I going to say that I'm not really feeling good? I'm feeling low because there was no electricity in my place for the whole day. I was feeling low. But those things we do not generally open up because we have this pressure of saying, "Ki nahi, samne wala, they won't understand." If I say the truth, they won't understand. That is what, I'm giving you a very trying to give you a very common understanding, so that we can understand what toxic positivity is in real life. Because people would say, "I'm not toxic." Nobody likes to be called themselves as toxic, or we have harbored toxic thoughts in our mind. So we are using toxic positivity in our day-to-day life in such a way that we don't ourselves know that it's actually toxic and not real. We have learned to invalidate our real emotions
ourselves.
We have learned to invalidate our own emotions, others' emotions. It's okay, kuch nahi hona, chal chai peete hain. Don't like, we have seen people using these terms so often, and I wouldn't lie, even I have used this in my life at one point of time. So I hope toxic positivity is like understandable now. It's just the pressure to say positive things, or stay positive, or not realizing or accepting the true emotions that we are feeling at the moment.
Yes. I understood the term pretty well. I wasn't aware that this term or the relativity of this term could have gone beyond social media's time as well. Like even when I was a kid, or children are given this, narrative that they are not supposed to cry. Even that is a form of toxic positivity. I didn't think that far. But yes, there are several aspects where I have seen that it's basically the fear of not being able to deal with uncomfortable emotions. And wherever uncomfortable emotions come up, then you are advised not to look at that area. You're advised to just completely ignore it and have this mask on that everything is fine. And especially with the advent of social media, where everything is, you only see the positive side. First of all, social media is very selective.
Good vibes only.
Yes, good vibes only. You are not going to see anybody posting the pictures of their struggles on social media. Nobody would post the pictures or videos of how hard they had to work or how much they had to, work for reaching a particular position. But after they have reached, or maybe if they are able to portray it in that manner, then that is going to be portrayed, or that is going to be visible on social media pretty well. And that gains a lot of following, that gains a lot of eyesight. People give it a lot of attention. And then they compare themselves with their status, with what they're seeing on social media. But at our core, not being able to deal with difficult emotions is a problem. It's actually a very, very big problem. Because let's be honest, life is not always, all rosy and all flowery and nice. Things do go down.
Yes.
And our resilience is determined by how easily we are able to bounce back. And that's something that doesn't, that's not taught, not even in schools. So, ma'am, I want to know your perspective on how does this affect people when they keep on ignoring what they really feel inside, and they keep on, having that persona outside that everything is fine, everything is going great, but actually it's not.
Right. To add on to what you also said, and I'll also answer this question in the same way. We also have this question that came out, I think, from the audience about how do we actually reveal the truth when other person wouldn't understand us. So that's what happens in toxic positivity. That is the pressure, that when someone would, you're not, if we say the truth, the other person will not be able to understand us. In fact, they'll judge us. The fear of being judged, it's a human tendency, the fear of being judged, or the shame that we'll feel that if we say the truth, then they'll not understand us. That is the reason why we try to ignore, first of all, the emotion, and we just try to believe that everything is happening for a reason. And that's happened. I mean, I'll give you an example before coming to your question. Imagine this is like real life case. I'm giving you my own example where I am the like, I wouldn't say victim, but yes, I am the main character here. So I lost my father when I was really young. Okay, I was in college, and during the process where I was at home, and the situation at home, if you can imagine, it was very dark at that time, and somebody came to me and said, like, you're a strong girl, be brave, uh, just think about your family, don't break down. And I tried doing that. I was naive, I didn't know what to do better, and I tried pulling up a strong face, didn't cry the entire the process of the funeral that happened, in our place. It's like around 16 days. For 16 days I was putting up a brave face, didn't cry, uh, didn't try to, I was trying to hold the emotions. What happened to me, I was because of the pent up emotions that covered me deep down, um, I was like, if I cry or if I show sadness, they'll feel that, I'm a loser, or how can I cry? Because they said I'm brave, right? If I cry, I am no more brave. So I'm trying to cover myself. I was trying to hide those emotions. And I think I didn't pretty much show the real emotions until I think a year later. I remember it was Diwali or something, and I cried really, really much. And that was the time, almost a year later, where I actually released my emotion. And thank God I did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be in where I am today. Because people have said me, even my, my cousin, she was scared that I wasn't crying, where I was there trying to hold up a brave face. So coming back to your question, what happens when people are, not able to show their real emotions? What happens is you become more depressed. Okay, that is one thing, because we are not able to share our emotions with someone else. Then we become more anxious. What if they will think that the other person would think that I am feeling something way too much, which was unnecessary? Maybe I'll be judged because I'm feeling these emotions. This happens to students a lot when they have failed a paper or so, and then they are like, people would say, at least you have passed in 5 papers, only just one you have failed, or you've, scored less. At least you have scored better than the other one. Maybe some other student who has scored less than this person. And then this comparison, and we, the people, or the person who's actually feeling that emotions, is like, I cannot show my true self. Why? Because if I show them, then they would judge. the fear of judgment, the fear of that the other person would not understand me. This leads to more anxiety, more depression, and more negative thoughts. Now,
Yes.
I think the audience would also relate. Whenever we get a new thought in our mind, it's generally a negative thought. It's never a positive thought. Positive thought would not randomly come. Suppose in a situation, it's always automatic thought that comes, कि कुछ तो बुरा होगा. है ना? That is a negative thoughts that come in our mind. So we need to learn, we need to accept the positive thoughts won't come in our head immediately. Obviously, we need to understand why. If negative thoughts are coming to you without any reason, then obviously you need to understand that you're overthinking or something. But when there are thoughts, understand this negative thought. Just do not like let it go. Understand why this thought is coming from. Where is this coming? How am I supposed to? Am I looking at the correct position?
Picture,
Right?
perspective.
Exactly. And how? And I think this also happens now that we mentioned that toxic positivity is actually two types. One is internalized, the other one is externalized to others. Internalized to myself. So internalized to myself or to oneself would be how you're like when we often tell to ourselves that it's okay, I will move on. Maybe I just broke up from a relationship. A person just broke up from a relationship. Like it's okay, I can find better. I will be, I can move on from this or whatever. I'm trying to invalidate the current emotion that I'm feeling, the heartbreak or that,
Yes.
the feelings of
Yes.
losing someone at the moment. And external would be when somebody, would ask that, hey, how's life? How are you able to move on? And they would be like, yes, I have, move on. When I'm totally not.
Hmm.
Do you understand? That's how toxic positivity would be. Like they would not invalidating our emotions, the true emotions. Now you mentioned about social media. So social media is also a place where they have, like I said, good vibes only. I have seen influencers, when creating videos, they have a background behind them, which says, those light bulbs kind of, those lightings with good vibes only. Looks very nice, very aesthetic.
Looks nice.
But
Of course it looks nice.
yes, yeah. But then, and of course, it comes from a good place, a good heart. But what about who a person cannot have only good vibes?
Good vibes.
What about
Exactly.
welcoming all vibes? All vibes. Because someday we are shameful, someday we are angry. Now imagine I'm driving a car and somebody just we had a minor accident and I got a dent in the front of my car in my new car. It's okay. Will I smile? Obviously, no. My first reaction is going to be very angry. I will be angry. Why did you just bump on my car, right? That's a basic human emotion. Now, if somebody comes up and tells me that, don't worry, Annapurna, look at the bright side. At least you are safe. You didn't get hurt. But, that's not what just let me validate my emotion. I'm angry right now. What happened? Just let me accept what happened to me or to my car.
Yes.
Just process it, yes, one step at a time. And then I would figure out, of course, that is a good thing that I didn't die or I didn't get hurt, but let me validate this emotion that my new car had, or even if it's an old car, it got bumped, it got a dent, and it's going to burn my pockets now. And these emotions are equally validated. Okay, not just big emotions कि breakup वाला ही sadness आना है नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. Car में dent वाला emotions also you can accept it, and that's healthy. Because when you don't, you pent up emotions, and when you repress, just imagine you are pressing things in a jar, you're not able to close the lid. It'll come up. It would just come out. Everything would come out. It happens when if you put cookies in a jar, the top layer of the cookies will break because the lid is so tight. Or if you put some liquid, then it will come out. That's what happens if you're putting emotions, you're repressing emotions. ज़्यादा उभर के आ जाएगा, and then you'll not be able to understand. You will not be able to balance yourself. And I think we have a question: how to carry good vibes, right? How to carry good vibes? You don't have to carry good vibes always. You don't have to carry good vibes because you need to accept all vibes. Because as a human, you cannot be happy in a 24-hour span. Can you tell me that you are happy all 24 hours? No, right? Even today, I will tell you my
that sounds like a sociopathy or some sort of disorder. If somebody is like not
exactly
feeling
happy
anything else.
24/7.
Yes.
Right, exactly. So I'll tell you my situation. Now it's like around 3:30. So I feel a range of emotions from the morning. My mother waked me up through a phone call. I wanted to sleep more, so I was a little bit angry on that. And then I woke up. Then my sister she poked me. I became very sad. Then I was happy trying to eat my favorite breakfast. I was disappointed that my I was trying to eat a papaya. It got spoiled. So so I was also disappointed. So in just until from the morning until 3:30 now up till now, I have faced a range of emotions. I've faced
Yes.
a range of emotions. So how am I supposed to carry good vibes only? Now that you see me on camera, you might have think that I'm talking so much. Maybe I am having such a good vibes, but no, at back of my head, there are some situations where if I put some pressure into that, I'm like, oh no, that's not all. And I accept it, and so are you sitting in front of this webinar. But all of us also have some stress, some emotions going through, where we cannot say that those are good vibes, right? So no need to carry that pressure, in your neck or in your shoulders, that you have to have good vibes. Have all vibes, have all the feelings.
Welcoming all emotions
all emotions, exactly. And I think those of us who have understood, who have studied psychology or emotions, I would say, knows that emotions are not binary. It's not positive and negative. Emotions ranges uh, so much from positive to negative. It's like a rainbow term. There are so many emotions. There are basic emotions ही कितने हैं, है ना? And then there are so many emotions under that. So and when we are saying being positive, like the good positive, that means accepting every emotions with you, accepting your anger, accepting your disappointment, your shame, your jealousy as well. And toxic positivity, we need to avoid that, because that only says, the pressure of being staying positive. Now, I'll give you one example. This is a very common example. This happens a lot to women who just lost their baby, probably due to a miscarriage. Okay, I have heard it, and probably you have heard it too. Miscarriage ke baad, people tell her, maybe some ladies only, that you're still young, you can still have babies. You don't need to feel sad that you'll have lost this baby. Now, see, she's lost her baby. No matter it was a 9-month-old, or it was just she conceived just now, or 1 month, 2 month, or whatever. She has lost. Let her validate. Let her feel the emotions that she has. Once the moment you tell her that you're still young, you can have more babies, then immediately her brain will push her to think that, am I wrong thinking that I just lost the baby? Or is it wrong for me to think that, I just miscarried? Is it wrong?
People do not
Same thing.
accept grief in a welcoming way. Nobody accepts grief.
Exactly.
Actually, people are asked to ignore grief. It's because they themselves might
Right.
not feel comfortable, they invalidate others' grief as well. I've seen this in practice.
Exactly. They are not comfortable. They are not comfortable. True. And it's not bad. The other person is also saying out of love only, because they don't know any better. They have also been conditioned. Like I said, they've also been conditioned into saying ki acha socho. Think positive. They also don't know. What they are saying is out of love. But now it's high time that people should be aware that, to validate each emotion. And these days, one line is also very common. It says it's okay to not be okay. This simple line, it's okay to not be okay, is so meaningful if you think about it. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not feel happy all the time. It's okay to feel sadness. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay. Now, I'll give you a very common thing. Okay, being happy, like one of you mentioned about carrying good vibes. It's like being full all the time, being full and not feeling hungry. It's like that. It's not that even if you eat a full stomach, 8-course meal at a time, but still you'll feel hungry after 5 hours. You still feel hungry the next day, right? The same thing happens when you're being so happy, so positive, but you still want to, you still feel other emotions. So ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बार आपने पूरा खा लिया तो कभी भूख नहीं लगेगी जिंदगी में. इट्स लाइक दैट कि एक बार सब कुछ अच्छा हो गया तो या ओके, एक बार सब कुछ अच्छा हो गया तो you'll बी लाइक पॉजिटिव ही पॉजिटिव, वहां पे कोई नेगेटिव नहीं आएगा. बीइंग पॉजिटिव इज वेयर यू आर फीलिंग ऑल these emotions. Now, personally, I have a journal that I do, and every day I have to rate how was my day in colors, like okay, green, red, yellow. Like green is excellent, and red is like worse, and yellow is like okay, okay. I've seen many times I have only colored green, but that's not because my day was fantastic, like whole day was fantastic. But um, I used to think that um, you know what, even if I was accepting. For me, I accepted all the emotions that I felt the entire day when I was.
तो ग्रीन है कि
हाँ,
सब पूरी
हाँ,
रेंज ऑफ
everything is
इमोशंस को
green.
एक्सेप्ट किया है, चाहे बुरी भी चीजें थी.
Accept किया है.
हाँ,
हाँ.
I have accepted it. Okay, this happened. This was bad. I did not like it.
Hmm.
I did not want it, but I accepted. This is life. This is what it is,
Right.
and I am going to take it with me instead of pressurizing
Exactly.
myself कि नहीं यार, ये ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था. ये नहीं. What happens is once you get into that loop, it becomes even worse. It becomes even worse, and it comes back, and it comes back. लोग इसको process नहीं करते. इसको प्रोसेस नहीं करेंगे, they will keep on trying to push it away, and in the process of pushing it away it will get back even stronger and more. So
Exactly.
that I could relate from the color theory that you just said, ma'am. The green, red and yellow.
हाँ.
I think that is a great way of understanding कि आपने अपने emotions को आज accept किया कि नहीं किया.
True. And this also happens, maybe like example, there's a let's say a kid who is having some problems, like maybe he's suffering from some disease. Okay, so if they are suffering from a disease and they go to school, so they miss school a lot, and then पढ़ाई में भी थोड़ी सी कमजोर हो गई है because they're not able to study or put pressure, or you see, they're not strong as. But then they are not going through any terminal illness, but let's say some disease like maybe jaundice, or what can a teenager, or some maybe malaria or something. Then the
Ma'am, we
teachers
have
would be
poll
like,
results here. मैंने पोल चलाया था एक कि आपको कितना प्रेशर फील
okay,
होता है स्टे पॉजिटिव वाला. Mostly people do feel, I think 50% of the people do feel कि हाँ positive
हाँ,
रहना is necessary. You have that pressure on your head all the time कि positive रहना पड़ेगा. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. That's what ये वेबिनार सभी के लिए बहुत ज्यादा कीमती होने वाले, because this is where we are learning that being positive is also means that you are accepting all other emotions. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपको हाँ हैप्पी होना है, that accepting your emotions, no यार आज मैं सच्ची में मूड खराब है. When you are able to say that, one day your friend will also tell her true emotion कि नहीं यार आज मेरा भी मन खराब है, and then you being empathetic.
That is a very
That's
important.
one step. And yes, and देखना, one time there will be a part in life where all of your family members, your friends would understand what emotions, or they would validate. But then it's a human tendency to learn from each other, right?
Yes.
So that
yes.
would happen. And so I was giving this example where maybe a kid is not being able to he's not able to go to school, has missed a lot of classes. So the parents would tell that, why are you behaving as if you have cancer? You just have malaria. Just go up and study. At least you're not dying. That's not positivity. You see, that's a pressure. That means I have to be fine. Forget malaria, just a migraine pain. It's just a headache, people would say. It's just a headache. Take some pill and go to study. And वहाँ पे class में people would be saying, the students would be saying, you're so lucky you get to miss class. I wish I could miss class. That has happened to all of us, right? कि 2 दिन छुट्टी ले ली कोई बीमारी की वजह से, you're so lucky you missed this class. This professor was so angry this day and that. So yeah, that is how invalidating things have become. That is how we as humans have accepted that the person who has said to us that we are so lucky, maybe I'm lucky, but I just had malaria. But then we are invalidating our own
What am I
emotions.
supposed to
Isn't
feel?
that how we are?
What
What
am
am
I
I
supposed
supposed
to
to feel?
feel?
Yeah, we are invalidating
School
our
में
own emotions.
my classmates are giving me this feedback कि I was lucky. घर पे my parents are saying to me कि ये तुम्हें कैंसर नहीं हुआ है, तुम्हें सिर्फ ये प्रॉब्लम है,
हाँ,
you'll be fine, just take some pill. मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है कि मेरे को जो प्रॉब्लम है it is not making me feel well. वो सही है या जो मैं फील
exactly.
कर रहा हूँ या मैं फील कर रही हूँ वो सही है? Dissonance. And obviously that
that
will
is one,
split.
yeah,
Hmm.
that will create the huge mess. That is the reason why students are going through a lot these days. You know, we have heard in the news also how students, you know, the stress has doubled up from when we were students, when I was students. Even though I can still say that I was, in a huge stress back when I was in my school days. But abhi, the pressure to be positive is even more. And yes, social media में slide कर रहे हैं, हम लोग swipe कर रहे हैं. There are people who are constantly happy and we are being influenced. क्योंकि पहले के जमाने में influencer नहीं थे, अभी influencer है. So we are being influenced. कि नहीं, she is always happy or he is always happy. How come I am not happy? कि it's okay, I will overcome this. Okay, it's एक तरफ से देखना चाहे तो I will overcome this, एक बहुत ज्यादा motivation आ गया. लेकिन what about we are not able, एक ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप motivation से आपको जिंदगी में आगे नहीं बढ़ोगे. Obviously motivation is needed, but acceptance, what I always say my clients as well as whoever I meet, accepting your difficult problems. And one more thing, that is very very exam, and we have always said कि life में जब कोई problem आती है, what do we say कि you know, my life, if I've seen TED speakers also, TEDx wale speakers, I have had so much of problems in my life. They would say I have had so much of challenges in my life. See, how they have said challenges, you don't solve challenges, you overcome challenges. The thing is, if you say problem, कि हाँ वो मेरे लिए problem ही है, अपने प्रॉब्लम को चैलेंजेस की तरह देखना, इट केम फ्रॉम अ वेरी ब्राइट साइड, ब्राइट माइंडेड. बट अभी वो नहीं चल रहा है बिकॉज दैट इज बिकमिंग टॉक्सिक. दैट इज बिकमिंग टॉक्सिक, यू नो, कि मेरे प्रॉब्लम्स को प्रॉब्लम्स ही रहने तो मैं सॉल्व करूंगी उनको एक एक करके. If it is challenge, then it feels like, you know, it's a challenge, it's a task that I need to complete. I'm running a hurdle race and उसको task है मेरी जिंदगी में आएगा ही. एक बार प्रॉब्लम की तरह सोचें कि if we think that it's a problem, I need to like focus on it and yes, I accepted that I have this problem. I am ready to seek help. Yes, accepting, and then I'm ready to go and seek help from my friends, help from my family, and also maybe going through therapy. You know, this is where therapy comes in. Like when you're facing some problems and difficult times in life, go share your problems with a therapist and they will guide you. That's what therapy is for, right? And one more thing is, if you are if people in the audience are having difficult to understand what actually emotions is, or what is she speaking, if they are saying emotions to सिर्फ दो ही है, positive and negative, then I would suggest you to watch this movie called Inside Out. It's about emotions, a lot of emotions, a very fun movie. You would also love it. You'll understand the difference between different kind of emotions and how each of them react. My favorite one from there is anxiety because he's always anxious. But I think you can watch it. It's really really nice, and आपको समझ में आएगा कि emotions क्या है actually और कितने प्रकार के हैं, and accepting every emotion is valid and important. So it's called Inside Out. अभी तो शायद second वाला season आ गया है कि आने वाला है, so yeah, highly recommended. Yeah.
That was a movie that I had seen when I was in school, and it really gave me a clarity that emotions को label करना ही एक task होता है. A lot of people don't know how to label their emotions that they are feeling. They don't know how to identify them. They don't know how to label them, and when they don't know how to label them, then their mind goes into a loop कि ये क्या हो रहा है? I don't know what is going on. Then it is a mess, right? So in that way, that movie was really an eye opener. Ma'am, I have questions for you here from Akriti. The question is, everyone is alone from inside. So how do you remove this loneliness?
Okay. So देखो, everybody is alone. पहले तो ये ही बहुत थोड़ा सा complicated sentence है. Yes, at the end of the day, we all are alone, but we need to understand what loneliness or what alone is like. how to be happy or how to be satisfied with yourself. Not like दूसरों में खुशी मत ढूंढो, अपने आप में ढूंढने की कोशिश करो. Like find happiness and find some interest that you do. और उसमें भी अगर नहीं हो रहा है, that's what therapy is for, right? You are feeling, I saw her comment where it said that you are not able to open up to others because you have been feeling like that they are not understanding you. That's why therapy is there, where your therapists are trained to understand you. You go talk to them and figure out why you are lonely. Now you have said that everyone is lonely. I'm sure you have your reasons why you think that why you are lonely. Find out why you are lonely. Sit in a quiet place, write down in your journal or a rough copy if you have. Find out why do you think you are lonely. If you can find out good thoughts and then try to figure out what would make to counter attack each of these terms or the sentence that you write. And if not, then talk to someone. If you feel that your friends or your family wouldn't listen to you because they would judge you or not understand what you are going through, then that's why we psychologists are here. Also at Positivity, right? Just go to Positivity, check out if you're comfortable with anyone, and seek therapy. Take 1 or 2 sessions and find out if this is going. And as a therapist, I can assure you that you would understand that how whatever crisis you are going through, you would definitely will understand better and be able to guide through your life. In psychological terms, we say it navigating. We don't say healing is not a straight line. We don't say that you would just go in a smooth path like Dipti mentioned. It's not a life is not a bed of roses. It's like a you're rowing in a river or a
In a river.
in a
Flow of
river.
the river.
In a river.
The water might go
It's
anyway.
up down. Anyway, it's like you're just going. It's called navigating. एक point में you will be healed definitely, पर वो सीधा नहीं है. So it's up and down and up and down. So consider taking therapy, doing some mindfulness activities, things that you really, really like, and then you will understand that you should not be, or you are not dependent on anybody. You can be able to carry yourself with you by yourself. I hope that has
Thank you.
answered your question,
That was
Akriti.
a pretty comprehensive answer. Here, I would like to give my input कि जैसे ये भी assume करते हैं लोग कि अगर हम heal हो जाते हैं, suppose हमने बहुत therapy लिया, हमने actually अपने brain पे, अपने mind पे काम किया, तो हम heal हो गए, and now because I am healed, अब मुझे कोई problem नहीं होगा, अब मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगा, and अब मैं हमेशा खुश रहने वाला हूँ. So this is another misconception that people build on. कि once you heal, what actually happens once you heal is that you have the resources, the resilience, the strength inside your own self to deal with problems that come in your life. तब वो आपको overpower नहीं कर पाते, right? So this is one point that people miss out on. People don't actually identify, or इसीलिए maybe they find it really difficult to work on their own mind. ये भी एक point हो सकता है इसकी वजह से they don't feel motivated enough.
बिल्कुल. This is the same thing क्योंकि ये what you said is absolutely correct, because healing is not कि एक बार आगे, once they have done therapy, they will now have their own what do you say, the strength to fight the resilience. अब they know better how to do things because they have been guided before. तो एक past experience से हम लोग जब नया हमारे लाइफ में नया इशू आएगा, नया प्रॉब्लम आएगा, we'll be able to solve it because we have this capacity now that we've been to therapy. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि you can take therapy only once in a lifetime कि एक ही बार जिंदगी में, ऐसा नहीं. Obviously you can take it again for different kind of issue or problem the next time. But but then you have the confidence, the resilience, or the you'll know it how. Just for like example, अगर मैं एकदम basic अगर मैं layman's term में example दूं तो वो बात यही होगा कि suppose a person, a bachelor, who doesn't know to cook, is out in somewhere in his apartment and he's really, really hungry and there's no Zomato, Swiggy working. He needs to cook by himself. कुछ कैसा भी करके he cooked, okay, and he cooked maybe just dal and rice by seeing YouTube videos or something. Now see, he has learned this technique. The next time he will be better.
Yes.
So you see what I'm saying? So he was hungry. इस बार खाना खाने के बाद ऐसा नहीं कि after eating this dal chawal he'll never feel hungry. but the next time he feels hungry, he will now go by himself and try to cook by himself. He would just experiment, क्योंकि हम सबने इसी तरह से किया है, ऐसा कि नहीं कि you know एक दिन आके nobody became master chef just in one day, right? So एक एक करके they would try. Similarly,
One day.
people like us who's going through, who's healing, so एक बार एक issue और एक problem से भी when we get a lot of lightning, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि next time जिंदगी में कोई भी problems आएगी तो हम you know महान बन गए, एकदम कोई भी टेंशन नहीं होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. We will learn. We learn to how to take care of our emotions, and if not, we'll go and ask or seek therapy once again. जैसे कि अगर एक दांत में कैविटी हुई तो दूसरे दांत में अगर कैविटी हो गई दूसरी साइड में, ऐसा तो नहीं है कि इस बार ठीक हो जाएगा खुद ही रोज ब्रश करने से, हम फिर से जाएंगे ना डेंटिस्ट के पास. तो वैसा है बात.
Right, that was a very good example of putting it forward for people. Ma'am, एक question है और उसके बाद मेरा question है. Apurva is asking कि
Okay.
when everyone is looking up to me, what do I do? And when do I need to validate my own emotions? How do I do that? This is the question.
Validate your emotions wherever you are. If somebody is looking at you, they're not looking at you, because self-acceptance is the first step to what do you say, happiness. Now self-acceptance का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप सिर्फ अपने happy emotions, क्योंकि हम यहाँ पे बात करें हर emotions की. When somebody is looking up to you, when they will see that you are accepting all, each and every emotions, and also looking at the bright side, here we can say that yes, I'm facing a lot of crisis in life right now, a lot of problems. I'm very sad, very emotionally, very turned out, this is going a lot of overwhelming for me, but I'm trying hard. I hope I can go through it. Okay, that's how they will see you. Okay, she is brave, or you know, he's brave, he's courageous, that they can actually go through these emotions. So when somebody is looking up to you, ये मत करना कि कोई मुझे देख रहा है तो क्या मैं मुझे हमेशा पॉजिटिव ही रहना ही नहीं. Even if they are looking at you, they're not looking at you. Self acceptance, feel every emotion, validate every emotions, feel what you're feeling, not just be positive. This is something that everybody likes to say, be positive. I would say rather feel what you are feeling, feel your true feelings.
That in itself would be a teaching to the person जो आपकी तरफ देख रहे हैं as a role model या आपको as a mentor
Exactly.
वो भी इससे teaching लेते हैं. Here ma'am, मेरे को लगता है जो like you just said right now, that was very very important, very valid. कि self acceptance सबसे important चीज है. It is the foundation of everything else. हर चीज का foundation in your life is how you look at yourself. आप अपने आप से कितने अच्छे से बात करते हैं, आप अपने कितने अच्छे दोस्त हैं, इसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा बाकी हर चीज. So how do we learn this? बहुत सारे लोगों को नहीं पता होता है. Like they don't know how to build this relationship with their own selves. How do we start? How do we learn to accept our whole range of emotions? I understand पहले कम कर पाएंगे, लेकिन capacity कैसे बढ़ाएं? क्या क्या activities हम कर सकते हैं जिससे हम you know, we are able to accept our feelings, our emotions, and we are able to give ourselves, you know, that pat on the back कि कोई बात नहीं भाई, कर लेंगे, don't worry, we can do this. Yeah.
One thing that everyone should practice right now is practicing gratitude. When you are grateful, you would understand that you have been through such strong emotions or such strong things in life that you're able to overcome it, or you are you know, you have this capacity that or the strength that you'll be able to go through. So number one would be gratitude. So आप क्या कर सकते हो? One exercise would be writing 3 things you're grateful for every night before going to bed. Before going to bed, एक बार अपनी journal हो, diary हो, or even if your notepad, you know, we have in our Androids or in our iPhone, we have this notes app, right? वहाँ पे 3 चीजें लिखो what you are grateful for. आज पूरे दिन में what you are grateful for. Could be कि मम्मी ने अच्छा सब्जी बनाया. That is also a good thing. Anything, if you don't have anything, anything, you just write 3 things you are grateful for. Good if you have more than 3 is very good. But अगर कुछ नहीं है तो 3 लिखो ही लिखो. And one more thing is practicing, you know, good physical health. Exercise, physical health का मतलब ये नहीं कि आप सिर्फ exercise ही करो. Means one more thing what you can do is, it's called as mirror gazing. Have you heard about mirror gazing? And if mirror gazing, it's like you just look at the mirror, talk
Yes,
to
yes.
yourself.
Okay.
Talk to yourself and accept what you're going through. कभी कभी कुछ लोगों को लिखने में बड़ी दिक्कत होती है कि खुद की इमोशंस, बहुत लोग अच्छे से लिख लेते हैं, तो वो लोग तो लिखो कि अपने क्या क्या थ्रू इमोशंस यू आर फीलिंग एट दैट मोमेंट व्हेन यू आर गोइंग थ्रू अ ब्रेकअप और गोइंग थ्रू अ फेज वेयर यू आर अनएम्प्लॉयड, नॉट एबल टू गेट अ जॉब, और व्हेन यू आर जॉब हंटिंग एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. और इफ यू नॉट एबल टू राइट, टॉक टू द मिरर इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. अकेले में ऑब्वियसली, क्योंकि सबके सामने करोगे तो थोड़ा वियर्ड हो जाएगा. तो आप अकेले में जाके आप बात करो एंड लुक एट द मिरर एंड यू टॉक टू योरसेल्फ, Annapurna, what am I doing in life? What is my true emotion? What am I feeling? Okay, what you're feeling, and do not hesitate. कभी कभी इस दौरान, in that process, you might feel a little, थोड़ा सा tingling sensation हो गया आपके दिल में. Who will say ये मत बोलो, ये मत बोलो, ये acceptable नहीं है सोसाइटी को, but आप वो भी बोलो. Whatever emotions you're feeling, आप वो भी बोलो. That is one thing where you learn to self-accept. Okay, but that is not enough. When we are going through a lot many things, I encourage therapy. ग्रेटिट्यूड हो गया, आप कितना ग्रेटिट्यूड करोगे, है ना? ठीक है, एक टाइम पे आप ग्रेटिट्यूड नहीं सोच पाओगे. व्हेन समबडी इज रियली इन अ पोजीशन वेयर दे आर गोइंग थ्रू ओवरवेलमिंग इमोशंस, उनका नहीं हो पाएगा ग्रेटिट्यूड या फिर मिरर गेजिंग भी. क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों को मैंने देखा है, स्पेशली पीपल हु आर गोइंग थ्रू लेट्स से बॉडी डिस्मॉर्फिया एक इशू है, वेयर दे आर नॉट हैप्पी विद द वे दे आर लुकिंग. उन लोगों के अगर मैं कहूंगी मिरर गेजिंग करने के लिए, नहीं, दे वोंट बी एबल, दैट इज नॉट देयर पोजीशन. हाँ, तो दैट्स बेटर कि आप जाके थेरेपी में बात करो. somebody is there waiting for you, who is listening with active training और आपको गाइडेंस देंगे, navigating through your life issues and life problems. तो थेरेपी एक ये है, people would say that शायद जिनको मानसिक दिक्कत है उनको थेरेपी और काउंसलिंग की जरूरत है. ऐसा नहीं है, काउंसलिंग और थेरेपी की जरूरत सबको है. मैं खुद लेती हूँ और मैं
Yes.
दूसरों को भी लेने की एडवाइस करती हूँ, क्योंकि जैसे कि हम रोज अपने दांतों को ब्रश करते हैं, राइट, 2 बार या फिर कभी कभी 2 बार से ज्यादा. एक बार करने से हो जाएगा, कोई बोलेगा कि अगर करना है तो हफ्ते में 1 बार करो, ऐसा नहीं है. थेरेपी ऐसा है कि काउंसलिंग ऐसा है, अगर आप रोज लोगे, यू विल लर्न. सॉरी, ओके. So what I was saying is, when you are learning to speak, when you are learning to, actually somebody's audio is on and it's quite
Yes,
disturbing.
yes. Getting that done, don't worry. Done. Yes, we can continue.
Thank you so much. So I was saying कि जिस तरह से सेल्फ अवेयर होना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है लाइफ में. एंड सेल्फ अवेयर सिर्फ आप जर्नल लिख लिख के कभी कभार हो जाते हो ऑब्वियसली, बट समटाइम्स व्हेन यू आर गोइंग थ्रू अ लॉट ऑफ इमोशंस, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट इज हैपनिंग इन योर लाइफ, जिसको हम आम भाषा में बोलते हैं कि लाइफ हैज हिट रॉक बॉटम. होता है, हर किसी के लाइफ में होता है. मेरे लाइफ में भी हुआ है, शायद आपके लाइफ में भी हुआ है, और अगर अभी तक नहीं हुआ है तो आगे में भी होगा. In that case, it's good to go for a counseling session, go for therapy, share your inner thoughts and understand yourself. Therapy आपको सिखाएगी कि आप अपने आप को आप जान पाओगे ज्यादा. It'll become तो easy होगा कि self acceptance करना easy हो जाएगा. And once you're self accepted your emotions, you've validated yourself, that's one way where we are learning and improving our mental health.
Yes, yes. That was a very comprehensive, detailed, and a very good answer, ma'am. Thank you so much. And जो आपने ये self gazing वाला technique बताया, I think I wasn't aware that there is a term like that. I have been journaling and yes, I used to do it, but I wasn't aware that it is actually a technique that people are advised to practice. Now that is wonderful because I found it really, really helpful.
It
I
is
found
very
it
helpful.
really. And I am going to run a poll here, ma'am. एक और question है मेरे पास आपके लिए. तो मैं पहले ये question जो है launch कर देती हूँ. Let people answer. And meanwhile मैं आपसे एक और सवाल जो I think आकृति पूछ रही थी ये सवाल कि हमारे जो अंदर के thoughts हैं, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव जो भी हैं, इन्हें हम क्या रिवील कर दें? क्या ये हमेशा अच्छा होता है रिवील करना? और शुड वी डू इट और नॉट? this is the basically the question कि हम toxic positivity में ना घुस के अपने real thoughts बता दें क्या?
हाँ, अपने रियल थॉट्स बता दो, लेकिन किसको बताओ? खुद को बताओ सबसे पहले, दूसरों को मत
Right.
बताओ, क्योंकि सी व्हेन आई एम सेइंग कि दूसरों को मत बताओ ना, एवरीबॉडी इज गोइंग टू बी नॉन जजमेंट, एंड व्हेन पीपल जज यू फील इवन मोर सैड, you'll feel even more worse कि नहीं, वो लोग मुझ पे जज कर रहे हैं बिकॉज आई रिवील्ड समथिंग, ओके, एंड इट्स नॉट मैचिंग देयर. तो अगर किसी को बताना है तो खुद को पहले बताओ, एक्सेप्ट इट. और इफ यू हैव अ बेस्ट फ्रेंड, यू कैन गो एंड ट्राई विद योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड, लाइक इफ यू नो योर वाइब्स मैच, कि दे वुड सुख दुख में आपके साथ है, तो उनको जाके शेयर कर सकते हो. और किसी भरोसेमंद टीचर है, करियर काउंसलिंग कुछ है ऐसा, उनको भी जाके बता सकते हो. एंड हाँ, तो व्हेन वी आर व्हेन वी आर सेइंग दैट, तो अपने ऑलवेज अंडरस्टैंड, वैलिडेट योर ओन इमोशंस सबसे पहले. तो व्हाट यू आर एक्चुअली फीलिंग. अब बहुतों को ऐसा होता है कि मैं अपनी ट्रू इमोशंस बाहर लाऊंगी तो आई विल बिकम अ लाफ्टर स्टॉक और समथिंग. And then obviously there are people who would comment you ki this is not right, stop thinking that way. Stop thinking that way क्या होता है कि समय बंद कर दूँ क्या ताला? ऐसा नहीं है. Stop is not stop.
Exactly.
It's not stop. And in this, I'll also like to take this opportunity of some of the few commonly used phrase जो कि हमने अक्सर सुने हैं लाइफ में, what toxic positivity is, and you can be more aware from now onwards. It would be it could get worse. चलो अच्छा है अभी तक तो इतना ही है. It could get worse.
इससे बुरा हो सकता था.
इससे बुरा हो सकता है. ये है कि ये जो भी बोल रहे हैं वो शायद बहुत ज्यादा मोटिवेशन लेके आपको बोल रहे हैं, बहुत ज्यादा प्यार से और मे बी केयर के साथ बोल रहे हैं, बट उसमें भी बहुत ज्यादा टॉक्सिक पॉजिटिविटी है. और एवरीथिंग हैपेंस फॉर अ रीजन. ये तो भाई सोचो, इफ यू समथिंग हैज हैपेंड, यू हैव हिट रॉक बॉटम, आप फेल हो गए हो एक सेमेस्टर, एंड समबडी टेल्स यू एवरीथिंग हैपेंस फॉर अ रीजन, एंड उस टाइम पे आप कैसे रिएक्ट करोगे? कि तो आपको सोचने में मजबूर हो जाओ कि मेरी फेल होना भी शायद कुछ भगवान का कुछ लेखा जोखा होगा. एवरीथिंग हैपेंस फॉर रीजन. अगर ये बाद में बोलोगे व्हेन आई हैव बिकम लाइक अ वेरी गुड गुड सिक्योर्ड, आई गॉट अ गुड जॉब, उसमें अब लिखो उस टाइम पे आप फेल हुए थे, एवरीथिंग हैपेंस फॉर अ गुड रीजन, देन इज गुड एंड फाइन. लेकिन अभी व्हेन आई एम गोइंग थ्रू दिस सिचुएशन,
मैम, आई थिंक इट साउंड्स इंसल्टिंग इन दैट मोमेंट. अगर आप किसी को बोल दो ना ये चीज, it is insulting to their
this term
emotions.
is mostly used while breaking up couples. कोई रो रहा है, उनका दोस्त आके बोलेगा कि it's okay, no, everything happens for a reason, maybe this person was not the right person for you. No, that is not what I want to hear at the moment. That is not somebody wants to hear at that moment. In fact, let me give you a few terms, if I can, what you can use when somebody else is going through. Okay, what you can do, number one is, first, validate their emotions. You can say that I know it's tough for you. Let me know how can I hear for you. How can I help you? I'm here for you. I'm all ears. I'm ready to listen to you. I'm here for
I'm
you.
ready to listen, validate.
I'm ready to listen. That's how you're validating. Or let me know if there is anything going on in your life. Is everything okay? I'm there with you. Basically, these sentences. Or you can recommend them that if life is getting too hard, why don't you go to a therapist? Or would you like to say something to me? I won't be judgmental. And also learn to be non-judgmental in such situation. आपको कोई psychologist नहीं बनना है, लेकिन दूसरों के point of view से देखो कि what they are going through. So that is one thing that we can do to others. और अगर आपको नहीं आ रहा है कुछ बोलना at that moment, except कि सब ठीक हो जाएगा, ये आ रहा है आपके दिमाग में और आप वो नहीं बोल सकते, क्योंकि आज हमने सीखा कि टॉक्सिक पॉजिटिविटी है वो, सब कुछ मत बोलिए. डोंट से एनीथिंग. दैट्स व्हाट आई डू इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस व्हेन आई एम डीपली हर्ट.
preventing harm.
जस्ट बी देयर. जस्ट बी देयर. आप प्रेजेंट रहो, आप विथ योर फ्रेंड, इफ इट्स फिजिकल, जस्ट बी देयर. और इवन इफ इट्स वर्चुअल, ठीक है. मोस्ट व्हेन आई हैव हर्ड पीपल, जब समथिंग हैपेंस व्हेन दे लूज समवन, और आई नेवर से, मेरे पास अगर कोई शब्द नहीं है बोलने के लिए उस टाइम पे, आई डोंट से एनीथिंग. मोस्ट ऑफ माय कलीग्स टेल मी कि आप क्यों, व्हाई डिडंट यू से एनीथिंग, नॉट इवन अ टेक्स्ट. आई डिडंट हैड एनीथिंग टू से at that moment. Let the person grieve, okay? Or if they're not grieving, if it's a tight situation, a problematic situation, if other than grief, then अगर आपके पास कुछ नहीं है बोलने के लिए, कुछ अच्छे शब्द की आई एम हियर फॉर यू, और वो नहीं आ रहे दिमाग में, और आप बोलना चाह रहे हो कि एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी फाइन, लुक एट द सिल्वर लाइनिंग, ये वो, then don't speak anything, just be there for the person.
Great.
All ears.
That was a comprehensive answer, and मेरे हिसाब से last वाला जो tip था कि अगर आपके पास कुछ नहीं है बोलने के लिए, just be there, just be present.
Just
No
be
need
there.
to say anything. Very, very, very
हाँ,
important.
क्योंकि
in today's-
साइलेंस स्पीक्स, एग्जैक्टली, क्योंकि फिजिकल प्रेजेंस ज्यादा होना चाहिए लाइफ में, फिजिकल प्रेजेंस, चाहे वो शुभ ही क्यों ना हो इंसान, रादर देन सेइंग एट दैट मोमेंट कि बी स्ट्रांग, बी ब्रेव, है ना, कि लुक एट द ब्राइट साइड, एक
Just be-
प्रेशर्ड वाले, हाँ, जस्ट फील एवरी इमोशन, यू आर फीलिंग एंग्री, हाँ तो करो गुस्सा, ठीक है, सही है, आई अंडरस्टैंड, टोटली वैलिड रीजन गुस्सा होने का, हाँ, लेकिन देयर आर सम इश्यूज वेयर पीपल आर, जिनको एंगर इश्यूज है, हर छोटी बात पे गुस्सा होता है, तो उनका तो अलग केस है, दैट इज
that is a
दे आर
difference.
गोइंग थ्रू सम काइंड ऑफ इश्यूज, लेकिन एज अ नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग डेली गुस्सा होना इज फाइन, सैड होना इज फाइन, जस्ट वैलिडेट हाउ यू आर फीलिंग, वैलिडेट योर ट्रू इमोशंस, एंड ओनली देन once you have learned to self accept, and then you will see that actually what the real positivity means. Like I have
Right.
already said, positivity means all the other
Accepting.
emotions, accepting all emotions. That's how being
That was
positive
a
means.
well-rounded answer, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're running out of time here. So I just want to thank everyone, all of the attendees, my team, and thank you so much, Annapurna ma'am. This was really, really a very enlightening, very, very, insightful webinar we had. And I'm really hoping that we're going to come up with something, more interesting. I think anger management is something that we can cover because people are actually having those issues nowadays. मेरे पास कुछ polls हैं, surveys हैं for all of the people who are here with me. I want to ask you guys certain questions, जिससे मुझे पता चलेगा कि आप लोगों को webinars कैसे लगे, आपका feedback क्या है, how you would rate the webinar, आप क्या क्या topics चाहते हैं जो हम cover करें, या what all different things you want us to talk about. We can have a panel of psychologists, like Annapurna ma'am is specializing in certain areas. We can have other people as well who specialize in different other areas, and we can have a more well-rounded conversation about them. So please do let me know. And if you have any suggestions, you can share that with me. You can share that with my team. We have our social media handles. You can connect with us there and share your suggestions, your feedbacks. Do check out the recordings. हमारे जो भी sessions होते हैं, they are all recorded and all of them are posted on our social media. So you can definitely check that out as well. And in case you have any suggestions other than the topics that you want us to take up, or you want to see certain panelists with us, you want to see somebody that you really like to take a webinar especially for you, then please do let us know. So thank you so much guys. It was a wonderful session having you guys with me. My team was there, and Annapurna ma'am, as always, you were fabulous. I'm looking forward to having another great webinar with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Good night. Thank you.
Bye bye.